bare knuckle boxing, a sport as old as time. Many have attempted to become stars in it, but very few have succeeded. BKB, the biggest bare knuckle promotion in the world, wanted to find their next star, and so began the Jack Broughton Prizefighter Tournament. 8 of the toughest BKB fighters in a knockout tournament for the glory, a prize of £10,000 and title of first ever prizefighter champion. One man in that tournament is Ricardo Franco, a professional MMA fighter who made waves with his non-stop aggressive fighting style, charismatic personality and knockout power. With 2 dominant victories in the tournament already, Rico moved into the finals against Brummy powerhouse James Connolly.
Big respect to James Connolly as a fighter outside of the ring. We're not here to make friends, this is business. I'm here to take your fucking head off, and I'm here to win this final. 100% I'm not losing this fight.
London was the location, June 8th was the date. This is Rico Franco, road to the BKB finals. In preparation for the majority of his fighting career, Rico has been under the watchful eye of UFC vet and head coach of AVT, Danny the Cheesecake Assassin Mitchell. AVT Leeds is among the best gyms in the UK and a perfect place for Rico to refine every aspect of his game. Fight camp begins here, as well as some promo shooting with sponsor DN4 Photography.
Photoshop my abs on. Yeah, so we're 8 weeks away out from camp for the BKB final. Just come to the gym, hit bags, just getting a sweat on, move around, and then yeah, we've got 8 weeks of solid training, so looking forward to it for another good camp. This is my 4th fight now, back to back, so enjoying it. Feel the best shape ever, so yeah, it's going to be good. Since training with Danny, it's really brought me on massively. He inspires me a lot as well. Just hanging around with the guys made me more positive. We generally started in a gym in Thorn, AVT Thorn, that's where Danny's from, and then he moved gyms from like Dewsbury to Morley, and he's had like 3 gyms in Leeds, like always changing, expanding, making it bigger, and now he's got a huge facility in Morley, Leeds, and you know, it's just great to have a good atmosphere. There's about 50 odd fighters, 100 and something members. The lads there are just amazing, you know. I think just hanging around with positive people is definitely the key to success, and keeps your mind really good. It's definitely brought me on loads since hanging around with Danny, since having him as a coach, a friend. So yeah, it's definitely a good thing.
So the first BKB fight actually happened because Jim Freeman got in touch with me, asking me about competing. At that time I'd just had an accident in Thailand and smashed my head in and stuff, so fighting BKB was not the best idea. Obviously we've got a few nutters who train here, and I suggested to them, does anyone fancy BKB? Rico said yes. Me and Rico went to an event first and we just checked it out, and it was good. Rico's like, yeah, I want to do this, so we got him on. And here we are now in the final. So his first fight was against Johnny Lawson, tough guy. It was a little bit of a, we didn't know what to expect kind of thing, so we sort of get in there and, you know, see what happens. So he went a little bit wild in that fight, obviously a bit of nerves and just kind of not really knowing what to expect. And then after that we've just sort of built on that, we understand it a lot more now, and it's a different style of fighting. It's not like boxing, you know, a real good boxer can take the gloves off and it's different. And we've seen that on some of the events, and the same for, like, you get MMA fighters, it's different to what they're doing as well. It's kind of a hybrid of the two. So yeah, we've just been we've got certain things that we work on and certain things that work specifically for Rico, and we've got like a little bare knuckle crew now. We've got a few people getting into it, and we've got like a little squad of people, and yeah, we've got some ideas about what we should and shouldn't be doing. So yeah, we're just learning every time. You know, we've got this final, you know, win that, learn from that, move on to the next one, and look for that world title. All of Rico's fights have been, he's just stopped the guys, he's smashed them. Apart from the first one, which was a decision, but a clear decision, you know. But yeah, I think going into the final now, I think it's going to be the same again. We've prepared for the full distance, you know, his endurance is good. We're going in the altitude chamber and training and stuff, so his fitness is there and he can really push the pace. But I think because of the pace he can set it so high that the other person is going to struggle to keep up with him, and then eventually he's going to knock him out. You know, I think that Rico, this really suits him. You know, like this style of fighting really suits Rico. Obviously, Rico fights in pro MMA and as well, and but I think that this BKB, I think he's really suited to that sport. So yeah, just keep an eye on him, and he's going to go far.
Yeah, just here at Box 55 in Rezo 24, just doing my morning conditioning twice a week. Tuesdays and Thursdays with Phil, strength and conditioning, get me fight ready. Ready to go.
That's all right. We might just finish off some sprints.
We'll do it for the rain. Yeah, fall over.
If not, I'm going to pull the stuff up thing. We're going to do short sprints with the weighted vest. I'm going to make you guys do like a rugby style, right? With the knees up with the weighted vest. I think we do that inside. Yeah. I don't want you to do that side. We're going to finish up inside here with the weighted vest.
Yeah, so this is my strength and conditioning coach, Fiji Phil we call him, from Fiji, the island. So I've been in camp since probably October now. I had an MMA camp from like October till I fought in December, and then had a little rest, and then we got straight back on the tournament January. And I've been in here for free. This is my third camp in here now. So we've got 7 rounds, so we've just been stepping up even more. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's always been a pleasure like working with Rick since I know him. I think I've known him for years before he's doing this bare knuckle fighting. I think we're talking about ages ago when he used to run around with the other boys of MMA fighters. He's been a great kid. It's one of the hard guy I've ever worked with. Always push to the end. Sometimes I throw in whatever he does. He works every single day. He walks through this door, give me all he got, even though he's hanging out or struggling some days. But I believe in him most of the time. Even though like I don't watch his fights, you know, I've got family reasons, but he's always been a good grafter, and I do enjoy. I love training a lot, and it's been a great pleasure to give me that opportunity to see this lad. He's growing. I think he's got more potential there. So we'll see where he goes after this BK5 final. I think he's got it in him. I believe in him.
Definitely, yeah.
So,
yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
What's your prediction? Good atmosphere training here. It's quality. It's like a really good gym. Loads of good lads to train with.
He has to give it all he's got, and I know he's got it on this last fight. I believe in him.
Just keep pushing.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Underneath and push him up. We're ready. Complete CrossFit. BKB World Champ training. I'm going to be World Champ one day. Sweeney ain't doing this shit.
Rico has pushed himself harder than ever during this tournament to be at peak performance come fight night. But he does all of this work for the biggest inspiration in his life.
Yeah, so biggest inspiration to make me want to succeed, definitely my mother. She was always there supporting me. She sadly passed away five years ago in September.
Rico's mum Kim suffered with Langerhans cell histiocytosis, an incredibly rare disease which targets all of the organs in the body. Slowly over a several-year period, those organs begin shutting down. And due to the rarity of the condition, doctors were unable to diagnose Kim until it was too late. After a long battle, she passed in 2014. Undoubtedly a heartbreaking time for Rico, he now channels her memory into his training and all aspects of his life.
So yeah, she always wanted me to just do what I enjoyed, you know, just to make her proud. She was always proud of me. She was always there to watch me fight, support me no matter what I did. So you know, she's been to a few fights. She used to hate watching me fight, but you know, she used to love it. Like, she used to get emotional. She loved me doing it and seeing me happy and do what I love. So I think just to carry on doing what I'm doing, I'm enjoying my life at the minute and training, fighting. So just keep making her proud, and I know she's watching me all the time. So my goal is to win this world title fight, win this tournament even as well, and then you know, I'll be happy. But definitely my mother, she inspires me the most. So, you know, I wake up every morning thinking she's in the. If you wake up and you think, oh, do you know what? I'm a bit tired today. I can't be asked to go to the gym. I'll get a quick memory. I've got a picture next to me bed of my mum. I look and think, you know what? I'm sorting myself out. I'm off to the gym. I love doing it anyway, but some days you feel a bit shit. It's always on the back of my mind. It pushes me even further. So, yeah, definitely a big motivator, inspiration. Yeah, man.
In every fight Rico has ever competed in, there has always been one man in his corner, his big brother. During training camp, Rico heads to old stomping grounds to get in more training, Guerrilla MMA, run by head coach Dan Gibbon.
Yeah, so this is my brother, the king, the real king. I'm the new king coming up, but this is the real king because of his big Viking beard. This is Matthias, he's 29, so this is the older brother. He was the older brother, but he's kind of balancing out now. But closest kids, because, you know, only brothers. So that's what I mean, we used to scrap all the time. You know, we always used to get told off for banging upstairs because my dad would be like, what's going on up there? And it'd just be us two scrapping up bed, getting each other in headlocks, wrestling. And if I beat him on PlayStation, that'll be it, kick off.
And who won the scraps?
Me, of course. Not really. No, he used to push his weight about a bit, and obviously he was the older brother, so he used to win quite a few tussles.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of bringing it back now.
Just bringing it back. He's almost level terms now. But it's like my mates used to come round and call for me, and Mum was like, "Just go, Ricardo, let Ricardo come out and play with you." And I'm like, "Oh, for God's sake!" I was like, "No, he's got his own mates." And I'm like, "Come on, man."
Yeah, I used to want.
And then he come up and he was like tearing it up. Yeah, it was pretty decent.
I just wanted to play footy all the time. I didn't really have. I had mates like, but I was younger obviously, and I used to just follow him, pester him. Oh, can I come out and play footy with your mates? And he was like, nah, not really, but yeah, go on then. So yeah, that was it.
And then he turned up and run rings around him, so he did alright. Like. I think I caught him first time when I was in year 11 at secondary school.
I think it was, yeah.
Ricardo had just come up to secondary school and he was scrapping in the playground, so I had to corner him then.
He used to tell me to
pull
calm
him
down.
away, yeah, but nah.
That was actually in a cage as well, in like a footy court, so that's where it began.
Yeah, it was. Get more nervous. I got more nervous ever cornering him than actually scrapping myself. It's weird. One of his first ones I went to was it was his second ever fight. It was at Bury. It was FCC when it first started out, and it was just like proper quiet. There was like me, two others maybe shouting for Ricardo,
yeah,
and that was it.
Off.
And then now to see like 100 people shouting and the social media backing and everything, it's like pretty insane really.
But you don't forget the people that's been there from the beginning too as well, so that's pretty cool. Good to see like the whole journey.
So it's like coming back. This is where you started out, Guerrilla, and it's coming back still now, and it's like.
I think it's probably about 10 years ago now. I started, no, 9 years maybe. I started here in Gainsborough, and then obviously I had a few fights and then moved on. But I still come back and train, so it's good.
Their mum played a huge part in both their upbringings. To this day, the lessons she taught them growing up are still relevant in their adult lives.
She didn't judge people, so she wouldn't just go, don't matter who you were, if you were right at the bottom or right at the top, she'd treat everyone the same, and that's how we kind of are. We're not like, we'll treat the guy who's waiting the table exactly the same as the guy that runs the restaurant. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just that's the way we've been brought up, and that's kind of how we are.
Yeah, that's it. So.
And she was always like, just do whatever you want. Like if she wasn't right happy about Ricardo, scrap him, but she like knew he was good and happy about doing it, so she just backed him.
Yeah, that's what I mean. She didn't like watching me. She used to get nervous and hate it, but at the same time, she'd be there all the time, supporting. Do you know what I mean? So that's like the main thing. That's why I'm carrying on and just seeing how far I can get now. Just keep making her proud and that. So.
Would you say he's still the hard brother? Is he the hard brother now, or are you still the hard brother?
People ask me that all the time. It's like, who's winning that fight? Don't know.
I think in a real fight, I'd be scared of his temper, but I think because we're both loose cannons, kind of balances out. But he's obviously bigger than me, so he'd probably put me in a coma.
It's like Coca-Cola and Mentos. If you put them together, it's an explosion.
That's why we don't like going on a night out. But if one gets in a bit of bother, then that's it. It's just mayhem. It's like,
Someone else who's become a huge part of Rico's life is his partner Shannon. They met 5 years ago, and they've been a solid team ever since.
Yeah. So what do you feel like as I'm like mid-fight? What goes through? What do you think?
So, like, leading up to the fight, I get really nervous. I think I'm more nervous than Rico. Obviously, I have to hide it, because if I start panicking, then obviously I don't want that to affect him. Not that I think it would, but... and then on the day, it's like horrendous. I just can't wait for it to be over. Yeah.
I can kind of see how she feels, because when my brother had his first fight, and I was there to corner him for it, and I definitely got more adrenaline, more nerves watching him fight than me fight. I'd rather fight myself. It's horrible. So I can kind of see where she's coming from, because I never knew until my brother had a fight, and I was like, shit, this is horrible. It's a horrible feeling, because you can't do anything. It just makes you want to
jump in there, like.
They're trapped in there, and you can't do anything if they're getting beat, and then it's like, shit, horrible.
I think the worst fear is like, you don't want to see him get hurt or like injured. Luckily, I haven't really had to see that, but like, it's just horrible, you know. That's probably my worst fear. As long as he walks out and he scores, I'm not bothered.
There's only once when I had to stop 5th round when my knee popped out. Can you remember that?
Oh yeah. And no one seemed to know what had happened, so he's there like with his knee popped out and all these medics running. And I'm like, oh, what's happened to him? What's happened? Like everyone's like, oh, I don't know.
I was on gas and air, get stretchered out. My knee popped out.
That was horrible.
It was a 5-round title fight, and I was pulling on a choke last round. My knee just popped out, and I was gutted. Took it on 2 days' notice as well.
But yeah, once it's over, it's all good, and
it's all part of the fun.
So obviously, like, we have to sacrifice a lot. There is weeks where we probably won't see each other, but obviously that's just because he's putting all this hard work into his training. But you know, really, when he comes home, he'll make all the effort he can. If he's got a spare time night, he'll say, you know, I've got this night off, let's do something. And deep down, he is actually a big softie, and if you ask him for it, he'll do anything for me. You know, it'd be good to see him go far, and if he gets that opportunity, I think he'll take it. And he deserves whatever he gets thrown at him, because the amount of hard work he puts into it, you know, it makes me tired thinking of him just going to the gym.
In between training sessions, Rico will have downtime to relax with the rest of his family. His dogs.
I've got 2 lurch dogs. These dogs keep me going, keep me head on. I look after them like, you know, they're my kids. So I rescued them both. First one, Bonbon. Yeah, so I named him after me. I've always wanted a dog, and you know, even rescuing it is just even what people do to dogs is I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they mistreat them and abandon them. You know, if they fail in racing or coursing or whatever, they just abandon them. So I think Bon was badly like beaten as well. Since we got him, he didn't dare do anything. He was like so shy, like he used to shake all the time. And but past 4 years, he's come out of his shell loads, and you know, he's just like a really happy dog now. It took me a year to convince Shannon I wanted another dog. I wanted to rescue another one, and so Bon's a Saluki Greyhound, and Luna, we rescued her about 10 months ago. Rescued her. She was abandoned as well. You know, bringing her inside, giving her that love she needs.
the both dogs get on now really well, and it's made Bon a better dog as well. Just having that extra company in the house keeps me going, keeps me busy anyway. Having 2 dogs, I love it. I'm trying to convince her for a 3rd dog now, so we'll see how it goes. I'm in about a halfway point, I reckon. So, or maybe if we get a bigger house, I think 100% we'll get 2 more dogs. My goal is to maybe have about 10 rescued dogs. If I ever won the lottery, I'd just build a massive kennels, rescue loads of dogs, and just have a massive party. She's had one of them false pregnancies, so she's like nesting everywhere. We need to get a spade. That Danny Mitchell, T Mitchell. Been wearing that for my road running, pretending I'm in UFC. Oh. What are you doing? What are you doing? I think I want a treat. We've got some treats from here. Some, I don't really know what they are, just got them the other day.
I heard you actually quite enjoy eating them, don't you?
Yeah, sometimes I like to try them before I give them to the dogs. These ones are a bit hard, so I can't really eat them. But these dentist sticks, they're not too bad. I've had a little bit before. I had some bacon sizzle ones before, and they smell amazing. Sit. Sit. This is, look at this. We've got a little paw going on here. Come on.
Where are we going, Lone?
Come on then. I'll mess Big Shan's car up today. He was oh, you can get in there, lad. Oh. Waiting this the other day as well. Hey. Love it.
So where are we off to?
Just going on, so I finished training, and I always check the dogs out. Sometimes before training, just like a little walk, then I'll give them a good run on a big field, big open sports field, like during the day, and then I'll get ready to go training again at night. So I like to give them a good stretch. Sometimes I'll walk them just in the woods and that, just opposite here, but the weather's a bit shit, it's going to be muddy. Sometimes, you know, I like to just let them off on the field so they have a good stretch. They need a good little burnout. Mad for this ball they are. Obsessed. One always runs past you.
Good throw that, mate.
That was alright. I should be a cricket player. She gets the ball, and then he tries to nick it off a lot. Let me have a look. 10 out of 10, she'll get the ball all the time. She'll beat him to it, but then he's like a horse, he just doesn't stop. She's like Usain Bolt, and he's like Mo Farah, and he's gonna have a massive tear now.
You got your shit bags.
Yeah, that's, told you, mate. He don't, he's like a horse, mate. Look at that. That just come out of that. How did that? Hey, Jesus Christ.
The life of a BKB fighter.
Picking up dog shit. This is the dream, mate.
Well done, Big Bon. Well done, Big Bon.
Yeah, this guy just did that. That's a bigger shit than me. I'm living the dream. I'll save that for my tea later. Told you, mate. You said yesterday he's gonna have a big shit, and he did. Come here. Make it fair. Come here. Come here. Come here. You can hear the feet, can't you? Oh, she catched it. Shit.
I like to go for a little walk, do you know, like in between training. So I like to train in the morning. If it's a nice day, I like to go on a long walk with the dogs, just to like stretch my legs off. So if I just go home and sit down, I'll seize up. So I like to keep loose during the day and then get ready for the session after. I can't sleep during the day, so look at that. So I like to go for a walk. Crazy, you two.
And if one of these two were to do a BKB fight, which one would it be?
100% Luna. Bond's not got it in him, he's too soft. Like, I don't know. If it... I don't know actually. I think Bond would surprise people. He's going to be the underdog, I think. Like, he's the softest dog ever, but if Luna's got a toy and he wants it, he's having that toy. So he's like, yeah, he's like me and BKB.
The underdog.
He's the underdog. People don't really like him, but he'll just go out there and knock people out. People don't want him to win, but he'll win. Camera shy, are you?
Never are you, are you, Bon?
He loves a good camera.
Hey? I think he just licked my lens.
Start panicking if it rains anymore. You'll have to go back in a minute, mate. Fuck me. He's going to start panicking in a minute. He's going to run back. Wow. She'd go in.
Is this where we plan on burying the body?
Yeah, so when I knock him out and kill him, I'm thinking about digging a little hole down there, tie him up, chuck him in the Trent. Maybe, I don't know yet. James Connolly's going to be in that Trent. Swimming his way back to Birmingham. Come on then.
So what's the plan now, Rico?
Yeah, so I'm just going to have a little ice bath. I've got a custom made ice bath in the garden. Fill it with water, stick some ice in it, and then jump in. Try and do 5 minutes in there. A lot of the time I'll do 5 minutes in here, run a hot bath, 5 minutes in the hot bath, come back in here and rotate that for like 2 or 3 times. It makes me feel pretty good. Bit of recovery. The dogs don't like it. The most I've done is 4 bags in here once. Because it's a big... container looks like, because it's not full, but when I get in here it's full. 80 kilo, you can fill this. Are you getting in?
I'm alright, thanks mate.
I will in a minute. Let's just let that simmer in there. We're going in. Fucking hell. Ah, fucking hell. I think of better ways of recovering. I'd rather have a massage. Things we do to fucking recover the body.
We're only 40 seconds in, mate.
Fuck's sake.
Only another 4.5 minutes to go.
Should see me toddler after this. It's like, it's like a cashew nut. I actually can't feel anything. Can't feel me back.
It's a good thing.
Jesus, look at that.
How was that for you?
Perfect weather for it. Lovely. Get the nipples on that. Feel good. Yeah, we've just gone down to Leeds. We're at the altitude chamber. This is for like the next level shit, so it's like for the elite, just to get that blood going even more, less oxygen, makes you super fit. So I've been coming here about 6 weeks solid now, so yeah, it's going to be a full fight camp in here, once a week, just for an hour. So yeah, it's good, it's helping me loads. So let's do it.
Let's go.
So yeah, we're at the OT Sports Altitude Chamber in Leeds. So OT Sports are a performance nutrition company. We also have an altitude facility underneath our offices. It's the only one available commercially in the north of England. We use it to train numerous athletes, from sort of pro cyclists, triathletes, more recently MMA fighters, and bare knuckle guys like Rico's been training there for his past 2 fights. So the reason he's doing that, the benefits of training at altitude are sort of threefold. Because we reduce the amount of oxygen in the air by 50%, it basically makes the training session twice as hard, and your recovery takes twice as long, so you're effectively getting double the session in half the time. So obviously then if you take that back down to sea level, you're getting that benefit of improved recovery. You also improve power and improved strength from putting those efforts in whilst training at altitude. So as a sort of all-round conditioning and fitness tool, it's fantastic.
How we feeling, Rico?
Feeling good, mate. No oxygen. I'm ready to fight any man in this oxygen chamber. Imagine actually having a fight in here. Fucking hell. Definitely do some grappling here. I'm gonna wrestle in here. It's fun. Yeah, good mate. A little bit tired, a bit light-headed. I need to get my dog in here, get him fit. Yeah, I feel good though, good benefits in here.
Yeah.
It's a bit light-headed. It's not hard to breathe, it's just a bit draining, light-headed, feel like you're going to pass out. But yeah, it's good.
Louis Lightning, how you feeling?
Yeah, same thing, light-headed, you know. Definitely improves your cardio training here, really good. Really good for your fitness.
Right, it's final, let's go! Sweeney, where are you? You're not training in the chamber like this. Woo! Elite training for the top. You've got to train at the top. Power of me.
Get up there, get that power, come on. Keep going, keep going. Come on, keep going. 7 seconds, let's work, come on, keep going. That's it, come on.
Fight camp has come to an end, and it's time for the day he's been working so hard for. He will travel to the place BKB has called home for the past few years.
Where?
London.
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 London?
Yes, London. You know, fish, chips, cup of tea, bad food, worse weather, Mary fucking Poppins, London.
I fell asleep for an hour, didn't I?
Yeah.
Had a nice little kip.
Now we're getting a fucking taxi, whatever. It's
Yeah, yeah.
same thing there. It's next stop.
Oh yeah, sound.
No, it's not, mate.
Had a nice sleep, nice shit. Stretch your basket out. Stretch my little lad out.
You got your gloves? You got your gloves, Rico?
I had to think about that. I ain't brought my gloves. Yeah, boy. Ready to do the business. Left up KO, second round.
Oh, on here, yeah? Big Shanny here. Sound.
What do you reckon for the fight, Donny?
I reckon third round knockout, same shot, left up.
Third round.
Third round, that's my prediction.
There we go, that's the cheesecake opinion.
That's it.
Is he a look?
This is what we're here for, take the heads off. Big Jamie, how are you? Good mate.
Right, pal.
It's weighing in, mate. Just checked my head now, man. I'm about a kilo under, so just been drinking a bit of water to get it in. But yeah, easy cut. It's ready to weigh in now and get some food. Yeah, man. Yeah, good. Yeah.
Looking well. Looking well. Yeah, but you're always above. It's about your right kind of weight, isn't it? Obviously, for the fight, if it's Sweeney or Edgar, we'll be at 76. That's the only thing.
Yeah, that's
right. That's the weight. Yeah, because Jimmy's like 72 now, and Edgar's around that kind of weight as well. So 76 is kind of fair because it was the lowest end of prize fight to make it kind of work.
Weigh-ins Nando's and then left up this gun. And yeah, easy money.
Before weighing in, Rico must pass the pre-fight medical to be deemed fit to compete later in the evening.
We're good to go.
Good to go.
I think we're still alive. I didn't tell him all my history because he'd fucking write me off and put me in a coffin. You on any medication? No, mate. Of course not. 20 pills a day.
The prize fighter final. And both have to come in between 76 and 80 kilos, which is 11, 13 and 12 stone 8. James Kennelly weighed in at 12 stone and Ricardo Franco at 12 stone 3. Both well within the weight.
There we go, lads. Hold the cappuccino, boys.
I don't hold it yet. Bad luck.
Head, guys. Trophy now. Trophy. I'm a kiss. I'm leaving the building now.
Like I said, I just train like another fight. That kind of motivates me as well. Like, I've got this knockout, it's pushed me even more. Like, I believe in myself. Like, I believed I was going to do that knockout and it happened. So I just keep that in my mind. It's more a mental game than physical. And I'm mentally 100% a lot better than the last fight. So yeah, this is my time now.
I see as he trains hard though, doesn't he? We both train very, very hard and we took it very, very seriously. So It's going to be a tough fight. I can't wait to smash your head in. To be honest with you.
You guys are both trying to take this from each other, but after this, you're going to appreciate each other.
Yeah, of course we are. Yeah. Of course, listen, at the end of the day, listen, it's not my enemy, it's my opponent at the end of the day. After this, we shake hands, regardless of the result. We just crack on with life, we just get on with life, and that's how it is. So there's no grievance against the guy, we put in this position, here we are, so we've got to take it with both hands, so here we are.
That's going to be a genuine privilege to call your fight. Get in
Thank
there
you.
and give each
Well
other
done,
your
guys.
best.
Please, together for James Canelli, Ricardo, Franco.
The stage is set and the action is underway inside the Indigo at the O2. The crowd are being treated to an intense night of fights. However, the atmosphere inside Rico's changing room is slightly more relaxed.
Little tape measure like fucking on the back.
Obviously, when you're warming up, you get like mixed emotions. You try not to overthink the situation. So I just try to be as relaxed as possible. You know, I get some tunes on, 90s tunes. Just have a good atmosphere. That's why I have my brother in my corner as well. Just makes it more relaxed. Because obviously, the more people you're with, who you hang around with on a daily basis, gets you more comfortable. Just feel as relaxed as possible and try not to overthink, overdo it.
Good boy. Yes.
We're at the O2 ready to go. We've got about 3 hours. What time is it now?
3 hours?
We must have about 3 hours, 2.5 hours. And then it's gonna land this left drop. Bang! Bang! And he's gonna, like this, flat out on the camera.
We're just sat chilling watching the fight.
Just chilling out, yeah. So, gonna get my hands wrapped now anyway, so let's do this shit. Yeah, I know.
I think you're the most active person I've seen on Facebook. Yeah, definitely.
As the time gets nearer on, obviously, more, you know, when you're getting changed, you're getting your hand wrapped, then that's where it starts to get a bit more exciting and nerves start running through your body. But yeah, I've kind of got used to it now. I know how it works. Obviously, I've had about 60 odd fights, so it's getting better each time now, and I feel amazing when I'm warming up and everything goes smooth. I just can't wait to get in there normally. But yeah, I mainly think about what I can do, and I don't think about what my opponent can do, because obviously that will get you more nervous and get you worked up. But I just literally think about going in there and killing him.
Happy? Yes, mate. I think that's actually the first time I've seen you happy.
Yeah. Oh, he's a miserable cunt, isn't he? I'll tell Rob to come in as well.
There you go, my lovely.
Thank
Good
you,
luck.
cheers.
Rico Franco!
Do you know what nemesis means? A righteous infliction of retribution manifested by an appropriate agent. Personified in this case by an honourable cunt.
Yeah, walking out, that's when where I kind of just switch into the zone. You know, Danny gets me into the zone. You're just like, look, this is it now. This is time to switch on. I just wait for my tune to kick in, and then I like the walkout. I kind of enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? When I'm walking out, I hear all my fans. The atmosphere is crazy. Everyone's just going mad, and it's just like I try and enjoy that moment. I look around and it feels good. I think that's what gets me pumped up. Like you say, other people can kind of go the other way, and like from the pressure, thousands of people in the crowd, you can kind of crash. But no, it gets me more going. I think definitely motivates me more seeing all my fans there and pushing me through it. Started off a bit quick because obviously it's 2-minute rounds. I kind of wanted to work my game plan, which is to keep him at range, let him come in and slip onto a shot, and I wanted to try and work my left hook as well. I thought that was going to work in, but kind of went out the window in the first couple of rounds, and I thought I'm going to have to change this up because he was an awkward fighter. He kept like bending down, like grabbing me, like clinching on. It was frustrating. Couldn't really get going. Couldn't really like box him how I wanted to. So I definitely had to change it up. I'd say third, fourth round, I think. First couple of rounds, I gassed out a little bit. I just went a bit too much. After about the third, fourth round, I kind of like slowed it down a little bit, and I was just getting my breath back. And I said to Danny, I was like, look, my game plan's gone out window. He said, listen, don't worry, just try and step off, use the right hands. In my head, like the third round, I'd say, I was like, right, I'm gonna have to mix this up, and I kind of like shot through a little bit. But obviously with a great corner team behind me, kind of reversed it, and I come out, I think it was fifth round. I was like, right, look, I've got 2 more rounds after this. After that, my mindset was just like, right, yeah, let's go, let's start working. I just ended up just fighting, just digging down on my gum shield and just swinging down. Obviously, the game plan goes out window, so you just got to bite down and swing and use the heart. So I think my heart has come into place. Obviously, all the hard training, that's when it comes into place as well. When it comes into these championship rounds, 7 rounds, that's when who's trained the hardest, I think, is, you know, who put all the work in. It comes down to the last couple of rounds, and, you know, you've just got to give it everything. Like I said, the last 3 rounds, my cardio kind of come, I got the second wind, and I felt mint. I thought, I'm going to try and finish him now. So I come out explosive, put loads of shots on, and I tried and finish him, but he kept bending down. I knew he was tired, I knew I'm going to finish him. But he had a good game plan, obviously, and he was so tough, super tough. Like one of the toughest guys I've ever fought. I absolutely smashed him with everything and thumped her down. So I hit him with about 3 or 4 shots in the whole fight, and I can remember just like having a bit of blurred vision towards the end. It's a weird feeling when you get hit without gloves on, full pelt in the middle of a fight. You kind of just blur out a little bit, but then come round, it's like, I'm gonna get you back even harder now. So it just turned into a brawl at the end of it. I'm happy it went 7 rounds just to experience it, and I knew I did enough to win the fight. I think I won maybe 6 rounds to 1, something like that. I was confident I was going to win. I got my hand raised, and you know, it was a crazy moment. It was a massive relief, obviously, and 7 rounds bare knuckle. My head was just all over the place, but yeah, it was a great fight, tough guy, and I really enjoyed the experience.
10 G's, let it!
Yeah, I just kept waking up thinking, believing. Every day it's in my mind, and if you have a positive mindset, hanging around with good people, you're gonna achieve what you want. You just got to keep believing. If you want to do something, you just go out and do it. Do whatever you want.
Yeah, next fight will be Jimmy Sweeney, November the 16th for the world title, which I'm looking forward to. So I'm going to be the new king, and 100% confident I'll beat him. Jimmy Sweeney's time's up now. He's past it, and it's my turn to shine now.
Any message to end the film, Ricardo?
Don't fucking do bare knuckle boxing. Do not fucking do it. Just carry on playing table tennis, mate. Just fucking, I don't know. Oh, don't do it.
Well done, mate.
Thank you.
For diamonds and castles, until blood and greed is mine.
Would you like to shot and fight and make Jimmy Sweeney?
I've always got a shot at Jimmy Sweeney.
Someone said, Jimmy fucking Sweeney. You gotta laugh. Jimmy fucking Sweeney.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Everywhere you go now, baby.
Shoot me on porn.
Oh yeah. You started that at the complete wrong time.
Hey Dan, what have you got there?
10 bags secured.
Are we off?
Yeah, that's it, we're done.
We're done.
We're taking it in, look.
Reaching out.